We're destroyed, man. We're freaking devastated. We want Charli back. We love her.
You don't usually hear a grown man crying about his shattered family in the exact same breath he talks about creating corporate wealth. But welcome to the dark side of Hollywood parenting. Mark D'Amelio, the patriarch of TikTok's first royal family, just took to live video to aggressively defend his name after reports claimed his teenage daughter discovered millions missing from her savings. It is a messy, deeply uncomfortable, and highly defensive watch. We are breaking down every wild allegation he makes, every glaring contradiction, and all these receipts he keeps screaming about. Let's get into it.
I always protected my daughter, and I'm the first person, and you guys know this Hollywood story, I'm going to be the scapegoat here, but shit's not happening, dude. I will defend my daughter because I don't give a shit. I'm going to say I have nothing to lose.
He says he has nothing to lose, but let's be real, he is completely losing control. Notice how fast he pivots from playing the ultimate protector to casting himself as the helpless victim of the entertainment machine. When you start screaming that you're the scapegoat before anyone has even filed a lawsuit, it reads as sheer panic. It's classic deflection.
The only thing I have to lose is my family, and I'm not going to lose my family. We're going to get Charli back. So. Yeah, but look, when we first came out here, everybody said, watch the team you put around you. And I'm an East Coast guy, I'm Italian.
The East Coast Italian defense? Really? We are talking about alleged financial mismanagement, not a dispute over a pasta recipe. He's leaning hard into this tough guy outsider persona, but remember, this is a man who packed up and moved his family into a massive Hollywood Hills mansion the second his teenager went viral. You don't get to play the naive tourist when you built a corporate empire on your kid's back.
I trusted the fact that I thought people, if we paid them and treated them right, and dude, you don't know, like I'm selling everything. Like I don't care. I'll tell you what we paid everybody, what people made, how much we made, because I have nothing to hide.
This manic energy is wild. He keeps threatening to expose what he paid his staff, which completely misses the entire point. The allegations, which were initially reported by Dumois, aren't about his payroll. They allege that funds intended for Charli's savings were mysteriously transferred out over an extended period. Showing us the accountant's salary doesn't explain where his daughter's money actually went.
So, and we've seen this. I'm not saying that Charli is in a state of other people but you know, she hasn't reached out to me in some time. She's mad at me for something, and all I did throughout my time as a dad is try to provide for my kids, give them the opportunity.
Let's pause on she's mad at me for something. According to his own version of events, she is totally estranged from her family. That doesn't just happen over something. Forbes estimated Charli pulled in $17.5 million in 2021 alone. That is roughly 200 years of a registered nurse's salary, generated entirely by a teenager. So when he says he just tried to provide for his kids, the math strongly suggests she was the one providing for him.
I mean, dude, it's all there. Like, I have all the receipts from I gave my daughters everything I never had. And my mom is here, and she's in our house, and she's 89, and my dad's the freaking most amazing mom. But we struggled.
Do not fall for this setup. Bringing up his 89-year-old mother and past generational struggles is an age-old guilt trip. It's a textbook manipulation tactic designed to make you feel bad for him instead of focusing on the actual issue at hand. We aren't talking about his childhood in the 70s. We are talking about millions of dollars in 2026. Keep your eye on the ball.
Me, my mom, and my sister, and I gave my daughters everything I thought they wanted and needed. And now you got a bunch of teams around them that think they know what's best for Charli. And I have all the receipts.
Again with the imaginary receipts. He claims this new solo management team swooped in and brainwashed her. That's his narrative. Think about this logically. If an independent financial team looks at your family's books and immediately tells their A-list client to run from her parents, what does that say about those books? It sounds like professionals finally got a look under the hood and immediately pulled the fire alarm.
The problem is, what am I going to do? What am I going to do if I sue someone? What's that going to do? Drag my family into a lawsuit? So all I want to do is I'm going to protect my name and protect when people talk shit about me, and it's not happening.
Catch the massive contradiction right here. He claims he won't sue because he wants to protect his family from being dragged through the mud. Sir, you are currently live on the internet dragging your entire family through the mud. You cannot play the noble silent protector while simultaneously airing out the absolute dirtiest laundry to millions of strangers on an app. Make it make sense.
So, and everybody knows who they are, and I have the receipts. So we had a guy working for us named Gary Rosenthal, and he was a finance guy. And I was told by Charli's, by our business manager, who again, this guy made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of us every year, hundreds.
Now we are naming names. He claims Gary Rosenthal, their former business manager, was raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars off the family. He is desperately trying to paint this guy as greedy, but if Gary was making that much money managing the whole family, why would he walk away to represent just one 19-year-old girl? Unless, of course, that 19-year-old was the only one actually generating the cash.
And there are people that made millions off of us, or at least $1 million a year. And for some reason, and I'm not alleging there was any wrongdoing, but I had a GoDaddy account, which has all the URLs and all the domain information to all of our emails, all private stuff, and it is all coded, and there's a two-factor authentication.
I love how he casually throws in, "I'm not alleging any wrongdoing," right before setting up a massive digital theft accusation. He is absolutely alleging wrongdoing. He's building this up like a high-stakes cyber heist. But notice the bizarre pivot here. We went from millions of dollars allegedly missing from Charli's accounts to Mark complaining about a GoDaddy domain registrar.
And yesterday, I had known this because these guys are so stupid that they didn't realize I can see all their emails. So the last day Gary Rosenthal worked for me, he took my passwords and he sent them to Charli's business manager. So I don't know. No, nothing. Just forwarded them.
Wow, he is straight up alleging that Gary stole his passwords on his last day and handed them over to Charli's new team. That is his claim, and it's a wild one to make publicly. But put yourself in the new team's shoes. If you genuinely believed a client's parents were mismanaging her assets, securing her digital footprint before they could lock her out wouldn't be malicious. It reads as a desperate rescue mission.
So yesterday I sent a note saying, "Hey guys, just want to know why you would send my private passwords to, as the day you were walking out the door as our business manager going to work for Charli, why you would need to send my passwords, which has DemilioFamily.com, all my .coms. So that's just one thing. We're not ruined."
He brings up this password drama like it's the ultimate smoking gun that somehow clears his name. It doesn't. Your daughter is online posting that she is depressed and begging to be left alone, and you are publicly whining about losing administrative access to DemilioFamily.com? The disconnect from reality is staggering.
I feel more normal now than I ever did. I'm just not going to let people lie. So a website that said I forgot. It said something along the lines of, "We took money and put it offshore." I wouldn't even know how to do that.
I don't even know how to do that. Honestly, the "I'm too dumb to hide money offshore" defense is a wild strategy. He's trying to sound like a clueless, folksy dad, but this is the same guy who founded an entire corporate infrastructure to manage a multi-million-dollar empire. You cannot play the genius corporate CEO and the tech-illiterate boomer at the exact same time. It's a joke.
I wouldn't even know, come on, dude, we got our own money, we're fine. Going through this process was never about money. It was always just about having this crazy, awesome experience with my family, and that's it. Look, I do think, I was very protective on...
He claims this was never about the money. It was just a crazy, awesome experience for the family. Easy to say when you're living in a Hollywood Hills mansion that your teenage daughter's internet dancing paid for. Let's get real. The minute a family dynamic shifts from standard parenting to an employee-employer relationship, the awesome experience talk goes straight out the window. It became a business, and he was the boss.
The balance of being a dad when you're going through this, when your kids are making a lot of money, the hard part is, you see opportunity that I never had as a kid. But I also saw the other dads, I heard about Michael Jackson's dad and these crazy dads that just push their kids. I never did that.
Did he actually just compare himself to Joe Jackson to prove he's a good dad? Unbelievable. The bar is literally on the floor. Saying, "I didn't brutally exploit my children to the level of notorious Hollywood stage dads" is not the flex he thinks it is. The fact that his mind even goes to that extreme comparison tells you everything you need to know about the immense pressure inside that household.
I wanted them to create businesses and things that gave them opportunity to do whatever they wanted when down the road, and that was it. And if I'm a bad guy for setting my kids up for success and putting them in places where they can make a lot of money, I mean, we're living the dream.
This is the ultimate guilt trip. He is completely reframing the situation to make himself the victim of his own generosity. He says he's a bad guy just for setting them up for success. But there is a massive difference between setting your kids up for the future and funneling their hard-earned money into D'Amelio Brands, a family business he controlled, against the explicit advice of her independent financial team.
That's it. And I was, dude, the only thing you have when you get to be my age is you want to be known as a good business person, a good husband, and a good dad. When it came to our family, everyone had to go through me.
Everyone had to go through me. And there it is. The red flag just slapped us right in the face. He just admitted to being the ultimate gatekeeper of her entire life and career. That level of absolute control is exactly why an independent management team would tell an adult 19-year-old woman that she needs to cut the cord. He didn't want to lose control of the brand, and it shows.
And what I didn't see is they started to do little things. Oh, Charli's 19. Charli's 18. We should have a financial meeting without your dad in the room. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That's probably right. And I didn't see these people. They pretend that they're here to help.
He is genuinely offended that a legal adult was advised to have a financial meeting without her daddy in the room. Think about how toxic that is. Charli was 18, a legal adult making tens of millions of dollars, and he views her having independent legal counsel as a personal betrayal. It's not a conspiracy, Mark. It is standard legal protection for an artist.
But everyone that tries to help you is trying to control you. I was focused on our brands company for a while, and that's where this shit opened up, where people started, getting in their head. I mean, you gotta ask. I mean, I'll let you at some point.
The paranoia is peaking. He claims everyone who tries to help you is trying to control you. That is an incredibly dark, isolated way to look at the world, and it explains the exact environment his daughters grew up in. Let's do a quick reality check here. Who do you think is actually trying to control the situation? The corporate team working on a fixed percentage? Or the father who just said everyone had to go through me?
I'm sure Dixie will come on and say what they said, but dude, I manage Dixie. Her career she's killing it. She's, again, I was just with her today. She's very happy. We're destroyed, man. We're freaking devastated. We want Charli back. We love her.
The emotional whiplash in this clip is terrifying. One second he's flexing about how Dixie is killing it under his management, and the next second he is visibly weeping on screen, saying they are devastated. It is incredibly uncomfortable to watch. He is weaponizing his own grief to publicly pressure Charli into coming back into the corporate fold, using Dixie as the golden child example.
What I want to do is create wealth for my daughter for years to come and their family. So it started to come into that situation where she had people in her ear telling her that, your dad is going to ruin your career with D'Amelio Brands.
He claims her team is whispering in her ear that D'Amelio Brands will ruin her career. But let's look at the actual track record. On season 3 of their own Hulu show, Charli was allegedly forced by her team to do a terrifying stunt in Japan for an ad deal, and her own family reportedly dismissed her panic as just being dramatic. When your family ignores your mental health for a paycheck, you don't need a management team to tell you something is broken.
Look, being an entrepreneur is tough, man. It's not easy, and you get a lot of hiccups, and I'm not saying we did everything perfectly, and if hindsight being 2020, would have we made some changes? Yeah, maybe, but I still think the road to success is owning your own business.
We didn't do everything perfectly. That is the closest we are ever going to get to an admission of guilt. He calls them hiccups, but when you're dealing with a global superstar's finances, a hiccup can mean millions of dollars vanishing into bad business ventures. He's doubling down on entrepreneurship, but he's doing it with his daughter's bank account, not his own.
And if you want to, so I think that was the beginning of it, and I know people were in Dixie's head saying, Dixie's ear saying, and she said it. So you could ask her exactly who said what, and she could name names. So
ending this entire breakdown by dangling Dixie over the audience's head like a sequel tease is so deeply tactical. He is practically begging the internet to choose sides, inviting his other daughter to go on a podcast and name names. It's messy, it's chaotic, and it proves he cares way more about winning the public relations war than actually healing his family behind closed doors. At the end of the day, Mark D'Amelio can cry about receipts all he wants, but the loudest statement here is Charli's total silence and her public breakdown. This isn't a Hollywood conspiracy. It looks like a young woman who finally realized she was a corporate bank account first and a daughter second. I am fully on Charli's side on this one. But I want to know where you guys land. Is Mark a protective father who got pushed out? Or is he just a stage dad who can't let go of the golden goose? Let me know in the comments. If you want to see how deep this exploitation goes, click right here to watch our breakdown of how the family allegedly forced Charli through that nightmare Japan shoot just to secure an ad check. See you there.